Welcome back, and we're on homework number 4. And let me open it. All right, the first question is a limerick is humorous 5-line verse in which the first and second lines rhyme with the fifth, and the third line rhymes with the fourth, using techniques similar to those developed in exercise 11.7. Write a script that produces random limericks. Polish this program to produce good limericks is a challenge problem, but the result will be worth the effort. And it was. And this is a limerick that I came in the land of fantasy with a voice as he danced and on a journey so bringing joy. This is a random limerick. I also made a button, and we can open up 11.8. And as you can see, it works. There once was a with a voice as they played and on a journey so where dreams. In a land of fantasy, in a manner quite, it jumped and on a journey so bringing joy. In a place far away with a smile so he danced and in a magical and pure bliss. So it's just random limericks. I made a button and this is what I made. Okay, we can look at the source code. And the source code is here. So this is the title, the doc, the margins that I use, and this is the script, the JavaScript part. I usually just do it in one HTML. I know we can do it in various HTMLs and just combine it, but I always go for easy, and simple. That's my motto, but you know, keep it simple, stupid, you know. But yeah, okay, first line. So I generated these random lines, and it's basically a random function like generate limerick. The function first line random, so it'll choose out of this. So I made a variable var line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and it'll generate it, and then a return statement. It'll return ln space, and the function get a random line into an array, and this is the math floor dot random for random. Return result, text result, function generate and display. So this is the display of whatever generated randomly, and then result inner HTML limerick. And I also wrote the functions, the comments here, and that's number 1. Number 2, second question, Pig Latin. Write a script that encodes English language phrases into Pig Latin. Pig Latin is a form of coded language often used for amusement. Many variations exist in methods used to form Pig Latin phrases. For simplicity, use the following algorithm. To form a Pig Latin phrase from English language phrase, tokenize the phrase into an array of words using methods. To translate each English word into Pig Latin word, place the first letter of English word at the end of the word and add the letters. Thus the word becomes, and the word becomes. Blank between words remain as blank. Assume the following English phrase consists of words separated by blanks. There are no punctuation marks and all words have 2 or more letters. Functions should display each word. Each token is to pass. Method to print the piglet. Enable the user to input sentences through HTML5 form. keep a running display of all the converted sentences into HTML5. So this is the code. Let me actually just open it instead of showing a screenshot. It's much easier. I'll close this here. So this is the, let's try it out. But this is how we do histe, sia, owa, iwe, ode. This is how we do. And, another one, hete. So basically it uses the algorithm. This is the algorithm. You can see the function, get elements by ID, which we did learn. Sentence is for the objects, to get the object. Encoded to Pig Latin. So this is the function sentence, word count, sentence split. So we use the split function and join and encode substring word. And this is to display the results. And that's let's do something else. Computer science is difficult to master, but worth the effort. All right. And this is what you get. I don't even want to pronounce that, but yes, sir. So, okay, we can go to another one. And this is reversing it. Reverse token. We can read the question. I remember it. But write a script that tokenizes it with method and outputs the token in reverse order. So basically just reverse. Very simple. Simple code. All right. Minimize that. And 1111. Okay. This is what I used for CSS. It's the style container input, and this is the form reverse token event. Okay, script. This is the function, the JavaScript reverse token event. Prevent default. So this is the prevent default. Constant input split reverse token join. Basically very similar to the last code. And let's test it out. This is how we do it. Reverse it we do. It do we how it is this. Sing I am. It's like Yoda. This is an app should be called Yoda app. It's a Star Wars reference. All right, this is the next code, and I believe the question was write a script based on the program. For the last one, based on that, determines the occurrence of each letter. Store total letters in arrays. Print the value in a tubular format. So I actually did this kind of different than what I saw on Stackflow and a couple of different sites, but yeah, this is running. Finally got that to run, but yeah. So it's the same thing. Let me write something. Computer science is enjoyable once you start to grasp the concepts. All right. And basically I made a table Very simple, but complicated at the same time. So it counts A's and B's, C's, all the way, the whole alphabet, you know. You can look at the code. All right. Basically, this is how I always start out, you know, explaining and, setting all the text borders and stuff like that, for the table. And the body, container, input, occurrence, event, count occurrence. This is the placeholder, enter several lines. As you can see, I had a placeholder, enter several lines. So that's something that we learned earlier, and I really like to utilize that because it makes it easier for the user. All right, count and then array 26 dot fill. So basically, the array I set in the table. This is the whole array, the alphabet, char to lower text. This is the for loop. I start from 0. The length of the text, and this is basically the length of whatever I typed and iterates. Yeah, it finds the text, lowercase. It converts everything to lowercase first, makes it simple. Char character, and if -1 letter occurrence not equal to -1, that means nothing, Return letter occurrences, display. It's going to display create element table. As you can see, it created a table. Creates table. So I did lay out the steps in my comments when you could look. Basically, I did use a pen child, which I spoke about earlier. Create table rows, and it creates it. Occurrences, length. Then it fills the table with the amount of letters once it counts it. And it counts it by this function. Basically, it's like a step by step. So first, you have to input, which is what we displayed. Then once it counts it, it iterates, counts the letters, characters, numbers, then it displays it. And then it creates a table and displays it on the table. All right, next one. Okay. 1975. All right, this one I remember. The question was dates printed in common formats. It basically wants to, whatever date you enter, put into formats. And to do that, let's look at the code first. All right, this is the code. Containers, same format, basically input. Basically, all these codes are very systematic. Once you get the hang of it, you know, like I always create the style. I systematically do this, creating the style. Then in the head body, I basically whatever I want to display to get the input to have the user input anything, this part. Then I create a function which does display, and then always something to prevent, like a safe haven. Document get element by ID, which we learned to get the object date input, whatever input. And then what it does, it puts it into the function, and then these functions to local time string, to UTC string. All right, that one. we are done with that chapter. So this chapter, the next chapter, 19, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of trouble figuring this out because let me explain it. My XAMMP, my SQL was not connecting for the longest. So I did Google this and I I I noticed that I mean I didn't notice, I found out that it was something with my port. My port was wrong and my because I do have a gaming laptop, so I'd use Xbox and stuff like that. So because of the security and stuff like that, it didn't let me connect. So now it's letting me connect. So I'll tell you, I went into my php.admin and I had to change codes. Like, I literally had to change codes. Like when I had to go here, this is something I learned and I had to go and literally like for hours. Like this homework took me hours. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like this is the longest it took me to do any type of homework. Right here, I had to change something in the ports. Port, I think it was 2306. I changed it to 3306. So, you know, that that little issue, which like it took me hours to find online. When I say the amount of work I put into this, I put in a lot of work, a lot of hard work, man. All right. And I think I also went here. I found, so much Googling, so much asking around, I had to go to service and port and, a whole lot of different stuff. I got it to work. What I learned was, okay, let's go to the first question and we'll open it through. Let me close these first. All right. Write a PHP script name that creates variables with value. So this is basically we're creating an array for the states. This is the array for the states. And I did get it to work after countless hours of hard work. And it makes an array. You can put the states in and then it puts it into an array. All right. Let me show you. And this, yeah, a lot of hard work, Professor. Let me go. So I had to, one thing I learned was to go in to the directory. First, you have to, of course, have the control panel. The control panel running. We can stop this. Start again. Start, right? So my problem was I didn't save it into the directory. That's the problem I was having, but okay, so let's go. All right, let's do this example. Okay, so it creates the array, gives the output. That's what I put: California, Florida, Texas. My other favorite states that I like to visit. So, you know, we can now check it out. So I saved these in XAM in the program. So basically, to get it to work, this is the one I got to work. Index. And I just showed this, and it works in my local host. This directory, this is the main thing. Local host. I didn't know. So this is one main thing I learned is to enter the local host. And you can see the other projects that was done. You know, stuff like that. But let's get back to the topic. A little side note, but all right, 9.8. So you have to basically access it through localhost, which I was trying to access it not through the local host, so I was not able to connect. But it took me hours, like I said, to. All this, you know. But let's get it. We know now. All right. 9 point. Let me show you 9 point. And I actually have to show you through index. And then this is the search PHP that I created. Basically, I had to make this code. It searches the words for the state. This is the search for PHP. And then it results in an array. And the same format again. Name, input, state, you know. PHP includes search.php. And that's that one. I got it to work finally. And then the next one, which is 9.8. And this one, it basically asked us to validate emails. So let me validate. So this one works, validated. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some random words because I just put sing invalid. There we go. It works. And we can look at the code. Function validate email. And basically it's a pattern for the email. Valid email alert, and it's gonna send us an alert. And this is the PHP document. And this is gonna search. It's an if statement to test. Let's close this. And this is the HTML. This is the pattern. It has to have an at. So if it doesn't, it's an invalid and then .com or whatever. This is the algorithm that I found online to express the format. Then the if statement, this is the search, the PHP. All right, let's go on to the next one. Last but not least, I think I saved this somewhere else, but I don't want to move it because really bad experience. We just open that create database and then we can let's test it out first. 19, okay, store. And I believe this asked us to make a store. Okay, I don't know. Was this working before? Yeah, like I said, it was working, but for some reason it is not connecting at this moment. But yeah, it was just working a minute ago. Maybe I did something wrong or hold up. Close this. Let me do something. It's kind of tough working with this SQL because it could be one minor thing. And let me copy this into right. We gotta go to htdocs, Hopefully I can get it to work because I know one of them was working. It might be, you know, it's not it. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, so that's not working at the moment, but oh man, it's tough. Okay, so it was working before, but I was using a different computer, so it might be my laptop at the moment, but I did create a store, singisking.com, and I'm gonna have to go through this because I did this on a PC, on a desktop, and it was working. It might be my laptop at the moment, but it was working. I did create two columns, description tables and whatnot. But yeah, this is the code that I used. I don't know why it's not working right now, but yeah, that's all. That's my project, and I'm gonna send this, put this on YouTube, and let me actually let me do this because I replace. Right. Let me try one more time. Maybe I can get it to work. To go on host. And okay, nope. Let's see. Let's one more time. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, something in line number 8 is throwing it off. But yeah, like I said, I did get it to work earlier. And all right, I'm gonna copy these and put this in a zip folder because my homework 4 zip folder. I'm gonna replace all these files. All right, file, right, and then I will be uploading this shortly. Thank you so much. I learned a whole lot. Okay, you know why it was not working? Because I just realized I shut this off. All right, let's try one more time. Okay, I feel really stupid, but I'm glad I looked at this. Things happen. Things really do happen. All right, let's go. Oh, let me just open this page. Okay, I did change the directory, so chapter 19. Okay, there we go. Got it to work. Description and URL stored successfully. And this is a table. And that's what I think it asked. That's what I interpreted from the question. But yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Messing with these configurations, man. It's a whole lot of learning minor things took hours and hours, but now I understand it much better, and I'm excited to learn more and evolve with this. I want to really thank you, Professor. Thank you. All right, let me shut this off.